and NAACP Youth Council. First, we're going to start with opening remarks from our Connecticut State Conference President, Mr. Scott Esdale, who will briefly speak on the importance of membership in the NAACP.
Okay, let's give Carolyn another well-deserved round of applause. We can do better than that. Just really want to commend you young people on keeping this great tradition going. Just real briefly, the Greater New Haven branch was founded in 1917. The NAACP was founded in 1909, but our particular branch was founded in 1917. So you're a part of a great tradition in this particular community of civil rights activists and also freedom fighters. We want you to understand that this is serious business that you're involved in. It's a serious organization that you're a part of. And a lot of people had to die, and a lot of people had to have their homes destroyed and their families destroyed to have this reality become a fruition in our community. What does that actually mean? Many years ago, not too long ago, I should actually say, is that as you guys go to school now, you see you have blacks and whites and Hispanics all going to school together. Years ago, that wasn't possible. Blacks were in one-room shack schools, and whites were having schools, the type of schools that you were in, and were separate and unequal. They had the resources, we had lack of resources, and NAACP said that was not fair. It's a big lawsuit that was conducted by the NAACP called Brown versus Education. And we won that victory. And then blacks had the opportunity to go to school with whites. But it wasn't that easy. Whites refused still to let you guys go to school with whites. And it got to a point where Marines and soldiers had to come in with machine guns to the schools to walk kids into the schools to make sure that they were protected so they wouldn't get harmed or hurt. So I just want you to understand the importance of this organization and the trials and the tribulations that we had to go through in order for us to be at this point. And you all have to keep this tradition going, and you have to be serious about this particular organization, and you have to keep it alive. It's your organization, you own it, it's all for you. And you make it what you want to make it. And you can let it fall, or you can make it be alive and well in our communities. But basically, the torch is in your hand. So this is your training ground. When you see these big time boxers and how they train before they get into the big fights, this is your training ground, the youth councils. And then eventually you guys will be taking over the branches. And then hopefully eventually you'll be running the state conference like I do now. But we have to start developing and schooling and organizing and mobilizing our young people to take this great organization to the next level. So I'm really proud of you guys. And also at this last youth storm, Greater New Haven Youth Council was the largest youth council after Youth Storm, so I think you guys deserve a round of applause for that. So you can't just talk this thing, you have to live it. And one thing that you guys are an example of what a youth council should be. You guys were recognized on the national scene, right, Ms. Caroline?
Yes.
As one of the greatest youth councils in the nation. There's 2,200 branches around the country, 600,000 members. You're part of the largest and oldest civil rights organization in the world. And you need to be proud of it. Keep up the great tradition. Make sure that you understand these titles and these positions that you guys are about to be sworn in, and keep this great tradition going. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful night.
Officers come to the front of the room. Our president is Maya Welfare. Aaron Esdale.
I solemnly swear to discharge to the best of my ability to the best of my ability.
We'll start again.
I swear
To discharge
to discharge
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
the responsibilities
the responsibilities
of the office
of the office
in the NAACP
in the NAACP
in accordance with
in accordance with
its Constitution and bylaws
its Constitution and bylaws
and the decision
and the decision
of its governing bodies.
of its governing bodies.
I dedicate myself anew
I dedicate myself anew
to its principles of equality
to the principles of equality
and justice under law.
and justice under law.
I shall try always
To keep the goals
of the NAACP
of the NAACP
above my purely personal
of my purely personal
or individual interests
or individual interests
that might hinder
that might hinder
the attainment
the attainment
of those goals.
of those goals.
I ask
I ask
continued help
continued help
of Almighty God
of Almighty God
in keeping this pledge.
in keeping this pledge.
You're officially youth officer.